Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood is taking the concept of theme park lands to the next level.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, hello.
There was a worry initially as how is it going to turn out? How is it going to actually translate into the real world? But with the help of the creative folks at Universal, we worked closely to make sure that starting from one block at a time, and as I see it coming together and all the blocks piling up, it really surprised even myself how much of a reality that this has become and how amazing it is. It was something that we had wanted to do as well, and seeing a lot of the work that Universal has done and the way they do a lot of their creative work has really, we really felt like it was a fit for us, and just seeing it come to realization and seeing it in reality has really kind of proven itself there. We put a lot of effort into details, both from large attractions like the Mario Kart attraction all the way down to the single blocks that you can interact with. All of them are opportunities for everyone to participate.
That participation comes in a wearable power-up band that tracks your score.
You're in a game. You can get points. You can go meet the characters and get stamps on your app. You can track your progress. And over there on the leaderboard, you can see how you're doing against the best of the day.
Wow, you collected so many coins.
Leveling up in Hollywood, it's a me, Rick Damagella.
Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, Google's Magic Eraser is now available, but it comes with a price, how it can help you make the most of your pictures. And later, some important news if you're planning on traveling for spring break this year, how you can keep respiratory bugs and viruses at bay so you can get away safely. And later, heart disease affects over 100 million Americans every year, but Sarah Costa says putting one foot in front of the other could make a huge difference. And Stephen is tracking TransGuide for us right now, zoomed in at I-10 and West Avenue. I don't understand particularly why, but we'll try to find out if there's anything going on out there. I don't see an accident, but we'll talk to Stephen coming up.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. President Biden announcing new sanctions against Russia and new aid to Ukraine. How the world is commemorating this one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion. The details coming up.
Also this morning on GMSA, firefighters are battling a blaze on the city's southeast side. We're going to take you live to the scene in just moments.
Breezy and cooler out there this morning. You do need a jacket today. We've got your top stories coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. It's time for our final hour. You're watching GMSA on this Friday, February 24th.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. And yes, it's cooler to us, but Mike was telling us earlier that compared to years before, it's actually not that cold.
We're still above normal.
Yeah, normal low is 47, and we're about 10 above that. But it is drier out there. We've got a decent breeze, and unlike the past couple of mornings where, yeah, it's been a light jacket in the morning, don't need that. You need it all day long because it's not going to get any warmer. As a matter of fact, it's going to get a little cooler as the day rolls on. Plenty of clouds hanging around here right now. 58 still, same as last hour. 53 Comfort, and still a couple of 60s over from Pleasanton over through Hondo, Divine, as well as Uvalde. The air is very, very dry out there. We had that front move through late yesterday afternoon, cleared things out in the hill country. We still kept a lot of clouds here in town, but that has helped to pull in that drier air. We've got these winds coming in out of the northeast, 10, 15 miles per hour, a bit of a gust at times, not overly windy, however, just a gust to 13 there at Lost Maple, same thing at Bulverde, 15 at Rio Medina. Bunch of allergens still, although mold and ash went down from the previous day's reading. And throughout the rest of the morning, we're going to stay again steady, fluctuate a degree or two with plenty of clouds, that breeze, and maybe a sprinkle. That's why I've got that just little 20% chance for one or two sprinkles out there later on this afternoon. It's not going to be a big deal at all. It'll just be like, okay, gee whiz, one or two sprinkles. But you will notice the slight breeze, those temperatures that are only in the mid 50s, so 55 by dinner time, and then continuing to cool down a little bit. So yeah, good idea to keep a jacket handy. This weekend, kind of two different stories. We stay on the cool side tomorrow, warm right back up on Sunday. maybe a shower or two. We'll get all the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, anything big going on the roads right now?
Not right now, Mike. Thankfully, we are just seeing some smooth traffic here at 410 at Morrison. But just a few moments ago, we actually had some flashing lights out there. That's because a stalled vehicle was reported in the eastbound lanes. But it looks like our TxDOT Hero trucks have had a busy morning, but they're working pretty quickly out there. So that's great news. This is not going to impact traffic. And if you plan on driving over here on the southwest side, no major issues to report at this time. Let's get you to the map, and really a quiet start to our Friday morning as we're getting ready to drive off into the weekend. But remember, there's going to be plenty of construction taking place. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But right now, let's get to some of those travel times if you plan on heading out the door in the next few minutes, because it's still pretty pleasant on long I-37 northbound. Heading in from Pleasanton, 27 minutes to the Alamo City, and about half an hour or so if you're traveling along US 90 eastbound, so that's good news. And right now, 35 northbound from Lytle, that arrival should be within about 16 minutes or so. But let's get you on rotation here, because as I mentioned, we have some resolution along 410 at Morrison, so no worries there. But taking a peek around town, 410 at Villamain, just getting busier minute by minute, but we know that's expected always. So we'll have an update on some of those closures, and we'll take a look at some of those gas prices. That'll be coming up a little bit later on. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio firefighters say a southeast side business is a total loss after an early morning fire.
Melissa Cole joins us live from Southeast Military Drive and Goliad Road, where crews are still working on. Good morning, Alyssa. What's the scene look like right now?
Yes, good morning, Mark, Stephanie. We know just in our last half hour live hit, you all could see that fire still burning inside of the building. But right now, crews have already demolished that building. So, Mark, absolutely right. That description was just on point. It is a total loss. I mean, that structure was just up a few moments ago, and they've already had to demolish it. But earlier, we could really see that damage. And if you missed it earlier, we're actually going to show you some video of what this building looked like before this fire. I'm here at the Easy Pond. This is a business right outside the HEB here on Southeast Military. A lot of folks over here do the shopping over here. It's a very big shopping center. What we do know from firefighters is that when they arrived just after 2 a.m., they arrived to very heavy smoke. It was a very difficult fire for them to get to and to put out because of entry problems. So they had to take the defensive approach, and that's where you see the firefighters up above putting that water down from above through the roof and on the top of the debris there. Now, we do know that the fire started outside of the building, and we know investigators are still determining exactly how that fire from outside of the building, of course, moved over to the building and caught the building on fire. We do know it's very windy out here, and that's what caused part of this fire to be very challenging. But as soon as we get confirmed answers, we will be sure to update you on our website. But right now, it looks like that fire is pretty much out. They've already been tearing down the building, so there is no threat to other neighboring businesses here in this area. But for now, reporting live on the south side, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Alyssa. Also new this morning, a man is behind bars accused of shooting his roommate back in November. It happened in the 5900 block of Fishers Bend Street. That's on the far southwest side, just inside Loop 410. This man, 40-year-old Juan Ortegon, is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. San Antonio police say he shot his roommate in the face with a gun during an argument. The man was taken to University Hospital and survived.
This morning, 2 suspects are under arrest after a deadly shooting in northeast Bexar County last week. That's according to Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar. Last Thursday, 32-year-old Danielle Valaderas Fernandez was killed in the 7000 block of Winsford Drive. 24-year-old Aziz Fernandez Rivas is accused of pulling out a handgun and shooting Valaderas Fernandez. Now, 31-year-old Marco Moreno Vasquez was identified as the other suspect at the scene. Salazar says both are charged with murder. He says the 2 suspects fled the scene and an argument escalated into that shooting. Deputies found Valaderas Fernandez with a gunshot wound to the upper body. Salazar said he died at the scene, and deputies also recovered 2 weapons, one of which is believed to be the murder weapon.
This morning, San Antonio police say the search is on for a person involved in a shooting. This happened last night in front of a service loan place on Fredericksburg Road. Police tell us 2 men inside a vehicle pulled up and began arguing with a man sitting outside the building. Then things escalated when someone opened fire. The man who was shot was hit twice. He's now in the hospital where he is listed in critical condition. Today marks 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Since then, an estimated 200,000 Russian troops have either been killed or wounded.
As ABC's M. Nguyen reports, the brutal battle continues as President Biden declares new sanctions against Russia this morning.
This morning, the world marking 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. From New York to parts of Europe to Australia, people gathered in support of the war-torn country. There, President Zelensky also attending a ceremony to commemorate the anniversary as the bloody battle rages on, with Ukrainian troops fiercely resisting Russian forces, now struggling to make progress in the east. Zelensky vowing to rebuild, tweeting overnight that Ukrainians had proven themselves to be invincible in what he called a year of pain, sorrow, faith, and unity, adding victory will come. And this morning, President Biden announcing a new $2 billion military aid package to Ukraine, which includes additional artillery rounds, military drones, more funding for training, and more missiles for the HIMARS system. The White House also announcing new sanctions on over 200 people and companies in Russia, as well as Chinese companies accused of evading sanctions on Russia. It comes as China released a peace plan calling for a ceasefire without more specifics. Still, the U.S. is concerned they may provide lethal military aid to Russia.
I'm hopeful, but in a very clear-eyed way, that China will get that message, because it's not only coming from us, it's coming from many other countries.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is expected to address the UN Security Council this morning, denouncing Russia's aggression against Ukraine. It comes a day after the UN adopted a non-binding resolution calling for Russia to end its war. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Staying with Ukraine, last night Ukrainians from San Antonio stood outside City Hall to thank everyone for their support. Ukrainians were joined with others from Lithuania and the country of Georgia while singing the Ukrainian national anthem and praying for those back home. They're asking for an end to the war that has officially lasted a full calendar year.
I'm just really glad that we're here together to support the Ukraine population, not just here in San Antonio, but all over the world.
They're saying that it's almost over. We feel it. We know this. It's changing.
City Hall lit up in the colors of the Ukrainian flag. Mayor Ron Nierberg and Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia stood with the crowd during a candlelight vigil last night, saying it's a reminder that freedom must be protected at all costs. Right now, 6:10, 57 degrees.
Still ahead, heart disease affects over 100 million Americans every year, but our Sarah Costa says putting one foot in front of the other can make a huge difference. We're going to hear from her next.
Outside with live cam, windy and cooler this morning, 57 degrees at San Antonio International Airport, which is in the center of your screen. On this Friday, you're watching GMSA. Just about 6:14. February is American Heart Month, and heart disease is the #1 leading cause of death in America, affecting over 121 million Americans.
But can just putting one foot in front of the other significantly lower your risk, not just against heart disease, but all disease?
Sarah Costa explains how walking daily can help you live longer and how many steps you need to take.
I used to run races and play competitive tennis. Ooh, girl, 2003 called. They want your sunglasses back. But that intense cardio put some intense stress on my body. And 2 surgeries later, I stick to walking daily.
Of course, intense working out and exercise is great for your heart and overall health. But a recent study showed by just simply walking, you can significantly increase your chances of living longer. The results show that the more steps you take a day, you're not only greatly lowering your chances of dying from heart disease, but all disease. Come on, guys. But does it have to be 10,000 steps?
10,000 steps is the goal. Here is why. That 10-year study showed people who averaged 4,000 steps a day, 64% died. Versus the people who took 12,000 steps a day, only 9% died.
10,000 steps a day is about 4 miles. 12,000 is about 5. But it doesn't have to be done all at once. Cardiologists say walking 5 times a week, 30 minutes at a time is great. But so is walking 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time, as many times as it takes. In fact, the more often you get up, the better. What's bad are those long periods of sedentary behavior. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Clever use of a smartphone.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get walking, definitely.
She's pretty active. When we talk to her at work, we're like, there she goes.
Getting your steps in here as well.
6:15 right now on your Friday morning.
Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, if you've seen her power walk, it is something to see. Just with, I'll power walk over there to you guys in just a moment. But if you plan on driving, let's get a look at what you can expect right now at 10 at ProBand, because not a lot going on out there. It's been really the theme of the morning. Very quiet, but 35 north at Loop 410, we did have a lot more traffic out there, and that's what we're going to start to see this time of day. We did have first responders there at 35 at Burbank that were making their way to a scene, but thankfully here on the roadways, it doesn't appear that TransGuide cameras are catching any major incidents, at least for right now. But 6 a.m. is that hour where things really start to change. So what we've been talking about is obviously a lot of the road closures that we're going to see that take place throughout the weekend. But let's talk about what gas prices are going to look like, because as of today, AAA reports a dip in some of these gas prices. $2.91 right here in Bexar County is the average reported gas price. Around the state, we're looking at $2.95, and around the country, $3.38. Now, as I mentioned, AAA is reporting that dip, and they say that is largely due to a dip in the oil prices, and oil prices make up 55% of what we pay at the pump. So because there is a dip in the oil prices, that's why we are seeing this trend where we a little bit less at the pump. So some relief. I'm getting tired of seeing the pain at the pump, but still, for a lot of folks, it is still pretty much a pain to fuel up.
You're right on point. I noticed a drop in prices yesterday.
Yeah, good news, especially for any weekend travel plans.
Because when you still think going back, 2.5, 3 years ago, it's still $1.50, roughly $1.50 higher. So not good.
And it's not even May yet.
If you need to fill up the school bus, as opposed to getting your steps in going to school. You like high type of so, I like that. All right, temperature is going to be in the mid-upper 50s where they are right now, and there's a decent breeze out there. Also, much drier air has moved on in, so it feels cooler. Jacket's a good idea, and then keep it handy all day long, because we're only going to be in the mid-50s later on, so we'll have temperatures kind of do a slow decline throughout the course of the day. A sprinkle or two is possible, not very likely, though. Take a look at this picture out there, and we were talking earlier about bluebonnets. Yep, there's one of them. Just one out there in toward Floresville.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous shot there. So
not done yet either. See, it's still got a bloom on top.
I know. That's very pretty. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, clouds this morning, and we're not going to be seeing any sunshine in any abundance until Sunday, and then it's going to be kind of limited. 58 degrees in town, mid-50s hill country, still a couple of 60s hanging around here. Again, much drier air than what we had yesterday. That front moved through later on early afternoon, and that pulled in some of the drier. Didn't clear us out as much here in town. We got some clearer skies in the hill country, and we've got these northeasterly winds right now. As far as the dew points, compared to this time yesterday, it's 25 degrees lower than yesterday at this time. 23 there at Pleasanton, and even at Rock Springs. Much drier air has moved on in here on these northeasterly winds. Again, a bit of a breeze here and there. Throughout the rest of today, computer models do try and scare up one or two little sprinkly showers. Again, this is nothing, maybe enough to kind of make the roads damp here at times, keep the dust down, and that'll be about the extent of it. And that's going to be the case in through the evening hours. And then tomorrow morning, maybe one or two of those little sprinkly showers as well. Satellite picture, lots of clouds. Notice where they are coming from, the southwest. Despite the fact surface winds are coming in here out of the northeast, all the upper level winds are moving in from the southwest, which means this is a very shallow layer of cold air, which is why up until just the past couple of days, a lot of computer models weren't even kind of seeing it, if you will. So here's the overall picture. Big low off the coast of California. That's what is dumping even feet of snow in some of the mountains there, the Sierra Nevada in California. And we've got the cold air up to the north of us, but where that dividing line is, as you saw with the clouds coming in here out of the southwest, this is the jet stream, if you will, and that's dividing that brutally cold air. Temperatures 25 degrees below zero up there in Cut Bank, Montana, and then we are in the 50s right now. Now, it's not going to be as warm as the next couple of days, but this whole configuration is really what is preventing all that cold air. This is kind of a blocking or a guardrail, if you will, to keep that cold air up there to the north of us. So, forecast today. Now, it does stay cool with all the cloud cover out here in this very shallow layer of down here at the surface, the cooler air. 57 at noon, 55 later on this afternoon. Again, a couple of sprinkles, not much at all. And then tomorrow we are going to be starting off mid-40s. Some sprinkles in the morning. Low 60s in the afternoon, maybe kind of tough to creep into the 60s, and then much milder Sunday morning. Humidity comes back in here, probably some fog on Sunday morning as well, and then a shower or two is going to be possible throughout the day. Front moves through late Sunday, squeezes out a shower here or there, and then we clear out and heat up in behind that front. Chance of rain late next week.
Which would be good after the 80s.
Yeah, and I'm still a week away. A lot can change between now and then, but that's the only really decent shot of rain that it's looking like right now.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
621, 57 degrees.
Up next, Google's Magic Eraser is now available, but it comes with a price. How it can help you make the most of your pictures.
Think Mom's mad about her favorite shoes? Nope, because Bank of America lets her switch her choice cashback category to online shopping, so she earns more on a replacement pair.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
I love shopping The RealReal. It's scoring something amazing for 90% off retail.
It's Gucci,
Hermes,
Louis Vuitton.
It's thousands of new finds every day.
The RealReal, where luxury is yours to define.
Shop now and get 20% off at therealreal.com. Terms apply.
This cough.
This will help.
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Vicks Vapor Rub's medicated vapors go straight to the source of your cough, so you can relieve your cough to breathe easier. Vicks Vapor Rub, fast-acting cough relief.
Even the most chill of parents know when it's time to go into protect mode. Nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray.
Any Morning Consumer Headlines podcasts are coming to YouTube's music streaming service. It's unclear when this change will come, but experts are saying it'll happen in the near future. Last year, YouTube had 80 million subscribers for its music and premium services.
Snapchat is adding 2 new creation features that lets users add licensed songs as well as original audio to videos. It's also letting chatters create videos that are automatically in rhythm with tracks from the music library.
And Google's Magic Eraser is now available on Android devices along with iPhone and iPad, but it comes with a fee. This photo editing feature can remove unwanted content from pictures. It's also open to anyone who has a Google One subscription.
It's pretty neat. Time now 6:25 and 57 degrees for now.
Still ahead on 6:30, the family of a man killed in October is demanding answers after his accused killer is let out of jail. Why the case was dismissed coming up.
And you have heard about how bad the fentanyl problem is across the country, how it's forcing a small town police department to change the way it does its job.
A Southside business has been demolished after it was destroyed by a fire. Good morning, I'm Alyssa Cole, and coming up next, we'll tell you how this fire started.
Plus, an Edgewood ISD police officer is not being punished by the district for a now viral incident of kneeling on the neck of a teenager late last year. What KSAT Investigates has uncovered.
Outside with live cam, if you look at the bottom right corner of your screen, one of the things you'll notice from the last couple of mornings is we're roughly 10 degrees cooler this morning, and it is breezy out there. So fire danger may remain a problem for this weekend.
Hi, good morning. Happy Friday. It's February 24th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us here on KSAT 12. Mike Osterhage joins us with more on the conversation about our Friday and ahead to the weekend.
Well, it's going to be cool today. So this has been kind of, as time has rolled on, it's getting cooler and cooler today. And, you know, you're talking about temperatures. Yeah, we are cooler than the past couple of mornings, but still 10 above normal. And you want to grab a jacket, though, because you'll need it all day long. Lots of clouds out there. Really can't see them too awfully well in this picture. Nothing as far as any moisture on the roads at all. There may be a sprinkle here or there at times later on today. 58 degrees, dew points at 38, so much drier air than what it was at this time yesterday, and that's one of the reasons why it feels cooler. Plus, we got a decent breeze out there this morning with wind coming in here out of the northeast after that front moved through in the early mid-afternoon hours yesterday. Most everybody's in the 50s right now, still a couple of 60s, and we have cooled down 2-3 degrees in the past few hours since I got into work earlier this morning, and it's going to be a real slow cooling process throughout the course of the day. Again, really dry air is in place right now, and we've got that decent breeze out of the northeast, even a couple of gusts here and there. Not too awfully bad, though. It's not going to be overly windy today, but with these cool temperatures, with the cloud cover, that wind's just going to add a little bit of a nudge to some of these cooler temperatures. Everything is on the low side as far as the allergens, but once again, we've got that grocery list of just about everything that's blooming out there is throwing out some pollen. Cloudy, cooler, and breezy this morning, and then we stay cloudy all day long, only mid-50s. So again, we continue to drop down somewhat throughout the day. One or two of those sprinkles. Just a here or there type thing, just a mention of it. Then tomorrow, we'll start off with a couple little sprinkles, some mist here and there, cloudy skies throughout the day, and we'll push to get into the low 60s tomorrow. It'll be kind of tough with all those clouds. Then it's back to the 70s on Sunday, a couple of showers around here. Then in behind that, it is back to the 80s next week. All the details on the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos. Anything going on?
Well, things are fine from what we're seeing on these TransGuide cameras, Mike. Let's get a wider look, though. See what you can expect for this morning commute because we have entered morning rush. And right now you can see that it is getting a little bit busier out there. But be on the lookout because although these cameras are not catching major issues, we do have a crash reported right here along 35 southbound at BAMC. I have to get our friends at TransGuide on the phone about this particular incident. But as you can see from that map, we're not spotting any big delays in that area just yet, but at 6:32, things could quickly change. Let's give you a wide look at the map now and show you what we're going to start to see a little bit more of, and that's some of those slowdowns as you can see it along 1604, US 90 heading eastbound towards 1604. We'll start to see a lot more of that red take over our map, but for right now, the main issue will probably be that crash along 35 southbound at BAMC. We'll get another look at TransGuide and find out if they can get us a shot of the conditions out there, but from what we're looking at right now outside, things aren't too bad just yet. We'll watch things closely and have updates coming up a little bit later on. Mark.
Thank you. Happening now on San Antonio South Side, firefighters are on watch outside of what used to be an easy cash business.
Alyssa Cole joins us now live from Southeast Military Drive and Goliad Road. And Alyssa, you've been there all morning. Have crews cleared it out?
Yes, good morning, Mark, Stephanie. Crews are finally thinning out here. I'm going to have you all walk with me. This is some of the debris left over. You can see it here in the street, and this street is blocked off because just like Stephen mentioned, rush hour traffic, that morning rush hour is starting to pick up a lot of traffic through this area. So if you are traveling through the Southeast Military and Goliad area, keep in mind there may be some delays. So I'm just going to walk back up here, but we're going to pan the camera to what's left over of that business, and that's a pile of debris there. Crews, they've been out here since just after 2 a.m. this morning working on putting out a challenging fire that started on the outside of the building of this Easy Pond, like you mentioned, Mark. And I mean, crews were going at it for quite some time because it's been pretty windy out here. They had to take the defensive approach at some point. We're actually going to show you some video up on your screen so you can see what that firefighting looked like earlier, what that building looked like earlier. The video should be playing right now on your screen. But yeah, firefighters, they had to take the defensive approach because that fire was spreading pretty quickly inside of the building. They had to go above and they had to water the building down over the roof area. They had to tear open holes and break down walls. I mean, they really worked very hard on this fire, and already just a couple of hours later, just in time before rush hour, they were able to demolish this building. So again, we do know there were no injuries, there were no fatalities, but we do know the fire started on the outside of this building. Throughout the day, we will be working with the San Antonio Fire Department to find out if this is arson, if they're investigating it as arson, and what the conclusion is of this fire overall. Those details will be on our website at ksat.com. But for now, reporting live on the South Side, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Alyssa. A family's loved one murdered in October. The person police said was responsible was arrested in November.
But now in February, that man's been released and his case has been dismissed by the Bexar County DA's office. 38-year-old Jose Gerard Gonzalez was arrested and charged with murder in the November death of Raymond Soto. At the time, SAPD said detectives found Gonzalez's fingerprints on the murder weapon, which is why Soto's family is now demanding answers as to what happened, and they're questioning if their loved one's killer was let go or if he was ever arrested in the first place.
The whole family right now is, frustrated, distraught, hurting. It just opens up the wound again. All we want is justice. We don't know what is going on with them. My brother's not here. He's deceased.
According to the Bexar County Clerk's dismissal letter, it states the reason is further investigation. We asked the DA's office for comment, but we're told they can't speak about a pending case.
A warning before this next story. Some may find it hard to watch. It was caught on camera. An Edgewood ISD police officer putting his knee on the neck of a teenager. It turns out that officer will not be punished by the district. Officials say an investigation determined that Officer Jonathan Garza did not violate any Edgewood policies during the violent encounter in November. Personnel records obtained by KSAT Investigates show Garza was dismissed from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office in 2021 after throwing a female inmate to the floor while working at the jail. Garza was later able to get the termination changed to a voluntary separation, and the dishonorable discharge given to him by BCSO was shifted to a general discharge. The district attorney's office rejected 2 criminal charges filed against Garza, claiming there was insufficient evidence. Edgewood School District officials say they followed all hiring protocols in bringing Garza on board.
You've heard all about how bad the fentanyl problem is across the country. Here in Texas, it's forcing a local police department to change the way they do their jobs. We're talking about the Pearsall Police Department. The city of Pearsall is about 55 miles west of San Antonio. It's a small place in which is 7,000 people, but the synthetic opioid has become a big problem there. Last year, a number of people OD'd after a 4th of July weekend, and since then, Pearsall's police chief has forced his department to change things. Now all officers travel with Narcan, and his department is getting respirators in case they have to stop someone from overdosing.
At the end of the day, our job is to preserve life, and we want to do our best to do anything we can to do it. And unfortunately, we can't do everything, but hopefully speaking with you today, maybe the message will get out. And
Chief Daniel Flores says his goal is simple. He wants to help save lives. This story is a part of our new series, Fighting Fentanyl. KSAT is making a commitment to you and getting you all the information you need about this powerful, deadly drug so you can protect your loved ones. You can watch other features of our series on ksat.com.
Happening today, here's something to keep in mind if you are needing to take advantage of some of the Bexar County services. So starting at noon, all county offices located in the county downtown complex, including the courthouse, Justice Center, and Human Resources Office, will close to the public for active shooter training and mock event.
This is by order of the county commissioners. No deliveries to these facilities will be accepted this afternoon. Residents are encouraged to conduct any necessary business before noon today or online at bear.org. The exercise will end no later than 5 p.m. County offices reopen for normal business on Monday during normal business hours.
And today is the last day to apply for the City Council District 7 vacancy. Former Councilwoman Ana Sandoval stepped down from the office last month. If you want to apply, you must meet eligibility requirements. The deadline is today at noon. Applications will be accepted in person at the city clerk's office. The interim council member will be chosen by council early next month. So you can find all that information on how to apply right now on our website at ksat.com.
6:39, 57 degrees.
Just ahead at 6:30, important news if you're planning to travel for spring break, how you can keep respiratory bugs and viruses at bay so you can get away safely.
6:42, spring break is just weeks away, and if you have the travel bug, you may want to think about other bugs, viruses, and germs that could be waiting for you in your hotel room.
Leslie Hudson reports on the dirty little secrets about traveling.
We spray it, wipe it, and wash it to keep us safe at home. But what about when we leave here and go here?
I do check for bed bugs. I check under the sheets.
Prior to the pandemic, the dirtiest places in the hotel was the bathroom. Now, a study from the journal Emerging Infectious Disease found COVID-19 germs are still rampant in the bathrooms. An investigation showed some cleaners use the same cloth to wipe down the toilet and the countertops. Another hot spot, the faucet. And never use the glasses in the bathroom. Several reports showed staff only rinse them out and don't wash them. Hotel phones are also a magnet for germs, especially E. coli and respiratory viruses. And scientific reports found coffee makers are a breeding ground for mold. An Inside Edition report found that in the hotels they investigated, E. coli can be a problem on TV remotes from guests not washing their hands after going to the bathroom. A tip, cover your remote with a Ziploc bag before using it. Inside Edition also reported that the bedding in the hotel rooms investigated were not always changed. So, check with your hotel if there's any question about how often bedspreads are cleaned, and always ask housekeeping for an extra pillowcase so you can change them yourself. I'm Leslie Hudson reporting.
And one more remote control trick. A lot of hotels offer a shower cap, which a lot of folks don't necessarily use anymore. But you can put the remote inside the shower cap and use that instead.
If you got to bring your plastic bag.
Yeah, if you don't have a baggie or anything like that. And also, if you have a small coffee pot that they keep on the sink in the bathroom, they say never use that. It is coated in bacteria.
Probably. Time now, 6:44, and I saw some problems out there at I-35 at Bancy. Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Well, I will say those are all very helpful tips. I'm staying in Austin tonight at a hotel, so thank you. That was really helpful.
Good reminder.
Yeah, good reminders. All right, things unfortunately aren't looking good here along 35 at BAMC. I did speak with our friends at TransGuide, and we were able to get a shot of the crash that was been reported out here. Now, by the looks of it, this is along the access road, so it's not impacting the main lanes of traffic. But what they're telling us is that this is actually reported in the northbound lanes. Now, earlier, there was a report of it being in the southbound lanes. But right now, we're going to label that as is 35 northbound at BAMC along the access road. Again, not impacting the main lanes of traffic, but something to be on the lookout for. Now, as we are getting the morning commute rolling here, we're starting to see some of those issues roll in. Let's take a drive now over here to 35 southbound at Martin Street, where we do have another crash reported, and it's not looking good out there. We have a pretty big buildup that is taking place, and that's what we're going to start to see more of now as morning rush is starting. A few more of those buildups happening there on the map. You can see it again. Usual hotspots, guys. US 90 eastbound. That's where it first starts. And then we also see it along State Highway 151 as folks are making their way into the downtown area. And as always, 35 southbound heading in from New Braunfels. But other than that, we're going to have to keep a close eye on the incidents here. I'm not too concerned about this one because it is along the access road, but hoping everyone's okay out there. But 35 southbound at Martin doesn't look good. And with morning rush starting and having these issues, it's going to lead to more delays.
And if you see a bunch of fire activity on Roosevelt at Highland, there's a ton of fire units out there working on a fire down on the south side. So just be advised and steer clear if you can. Stephen, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Yes, thank you.
Got to say hi to Joan. She just sent an email in, and take the graphics because we were talking about this picture earlier of those purple bluebonnets out there, and she said the purple one is actually called Grant's Maroon.
Okay. Grant's Maroon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is from Joan. She also said, she says we're definitely a lively group.
Thank you, Joan.
Appreciate you watching, Joan. And thank you for that little tip about the purple bluebonnets out there. I should say Grant's Maroon. Thank you. All right, lots of clouds, and you can see them better as things are trying to kind of lighten up a little bit. But notice how distinct the lights are out there at the airport because we've got really dry air as opposed to yesterday when we had all that fog hanging around here. Temperatures mid-50s, mid-upper 50s on average, a couple of 60s still hanging around, and a decent breeze. 10, 15 mile per hour winds. We've had a couple of gusts earlier this morning. This is in behind that front that moved through early mid-afternoon yesterday. Cleared things out nicely in the hill country. Didn't get cleared out quite enough here in town, however. Temperatures will stay basically steady throughout the rest of the morning, and got that little 20% chance on there. That's for a stray little sprinkle to pop up. One or two of them. It is not going to amount to anything. It will just be sort of a gee whiz, a little, like I said, sprinkle here and there. That's going to be it. 55 then later on this afternoon. So a slow, steady decline with temperatures. And it is going to be a breeze out there, 10, 20 mile per hour winds, not overly windy, but with the cloud cover, with the, then it's going to help to keep temperatures down, those cooler temperatures. Yeah, you'll notice the wind a little bit more than you would if it was 80 out there today, like it has been the past couple of days. Here's the computer model, and again, it's not really too bullish as far as any rain. You can probably count these little spots on one hand. So one or two of them, that's going to be the situation. Perhaps a couple of them then overnight and into tomorrow morning. We have the wind out of the northeast down here at the surface, but notice how the clouds continue to come in here out of the southwest. This is a very shallow layer of cold air that kind of snuck in underneath these clouds, and the clouds will obviously help to keep us, not only the cooler air that's in place, but then the clouds help to keep us from really warming up at all. As a matter of fact, like I said, temperatures will continue to go down. Got that big low out there to the west of us, and that's one's producing all of that rain and snow in the mountains. And then look at that, 26 below Cut Bank, 16 below at Casper, and even teens as close by as Wichita. But all of that is going to be staying up there to the north of us. What we had seen earlier, like right before Christmas when we got that blast of cold air, these upper level wind lines were coming straight down out of Canada. Well, not this time around. This is the dividing line with that colder air, and that dividing line stays to the north of us. So the cold air stays up there to the north of us. We remain in this southwesterly flow, keeps all the moisture coming on in here. That next low, which is finally going to kind of move out of California, as that moves through, it's going to be just too far to the north of us to do us really any good. A front Monday, maybe a sprinkle as it comes on through, but it will pull in some drier air, but we remain on the warm side, even going into the first portion of next week. Another low is going to come in here out of the Gulf of Alaska. That one, fingers crossed, maybe taking a little bit further path further to the south, giving us a better chance for some rain by late next week. Again, that's still a week away. Fingers crossed type situation. 57 degrees at noon today. Cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles. Again, temperatures steady, slow decline throughout the afternoon, down to 55 later on today. And then tomorrow, start off in the mid 40s and a little sprinkle here or there. Then we are going to be seeing some fog on Sunday as temperatures start to get milder, and we stay milder Sunday morning. A glimpse of sunshine. Then a couple of showers as well. More sunshine starting off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And behind that, more sunshine, I said, behind that front.
Yeah, well, at least.
Did I say more showers? No.
No.
More sunshine and 80s again. So
showers maybe later.
Yeah, unfortunately, rain is not in the forecast really.
Okay, we'll wait for it. Thank you, Mike.
6:50, 57 degrees.
And let's look out there with live cam. For now, a little cool. You will need a sweater at least or a light jacket. We're at 57. Welcome back. Right now on KSAT.com, a San Antonio couple will be walking down the aisle today on national television.
Yeah, Marissa La Rochelle and her fiance Julio Lopez will tie the knot on GMA 3 today on ABC. La Rochelle became famous and found love after sharing her weight loss journey on social media.
This is cool. The wedding's happening at 2 p.m. this afternoon, and you can watch it right here on KSAT 12.
Congrats. Well, coming up today on GMSA at 9, that's after SA Live, by the way. Today on GMSA at 9, they're riding and roping at the rodeo, how a local college has teamed up with Texas A&M to make it easier for ag science students to transfer. It's a unique program designed to help kids go from high school to Palo Alto College and then on to Aggie Land. We'll explain today on GMSA at 9.
And guys, unfortunately, we have issues starting to pop up on a roadway. Let's get a quick look around town as we get the commute rolling now. Morning Rush is here, and it's brought its fair share of problems this morning. 35 there at Martinez is a shot from TransGuide. You could see heavy moving traffic. Unfortunately, a crash has been reported in the area. 35 southbound, not far from Martin Street is where we have that pinpointed, and you can see a lot of that red that's already starting to build up out there. That is because we do have a lot more folks heading out in the door in the next few minutes or so. And again, another crash popping up here, 410 eastbound at San Pedro Avenue. Not a good situation because, again, we are at the start of Morning Rush, so we're going to start to see a lot more people out there. And anytime an issue pops up, it's going to lead to more delays. So just plan your commute ahead of time. We'll track the roads closely throughout Good Morning America, Mike.
We've got lots of clouds out there. You know, that rodeo story made me think if you're heading to the rodeo for the last couple of days, because it ends on Sunday, it is going to be on the cool side. You need a jacket today. We're in the mid 50s on average around the area and a little bit of a breeze. Temperatures really aren't going anywhere except maybe down slightly throughout the day, and 55 later on. A sprinkle or two, but I wouldn't deter you from any outdoor activities. About the same thing tomorrow. Sunday, a shower or two, but still decent weather for the rodeo, but wear a jacket today and tomorrow.
Yeah, a nice weekend though overall.
I think so. It's going to be coolish, so it feels like February this weekend.
Like it should.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a good Friday and a great weekend. We're back for GMSA at 9.